Good Tuesday morning, everybody. It is October the 29th, 2019. Grateful to be alive. So glad that you are as well. When I woke up this morning, the first thing I thought was, I feel good. I feel really good this morning. Number one, because if you followed any of my posts, you know sometimes I have issues with snoozing. Let me fix that. Not sometimes, a lot of times I snooze a lot, but this morning got straight up, and like I say, I've said even in those snooze videos that when I get up again, I'm up and I feel good. That's what I felt this morning. But also, if you know me, I'm the type of person that I like to keep a healthy dose or sense of skepticism as well. So I said I feel good, especially like in my body, but in my mind, because I think like this, I understand there's a difference in feeling good and being good. There's a difference in feeling good and being good. And in our lives, every day of our life, that's why it is important that we learn how to take it one day at a time. We have to set our mindsets on not just feeling good in the moment or for that day, but being good in totality, you know, as it pertains to our whole lives. Not just again, moments of our lives or certain parts of our day, but that we begin to really just understand that I'm good. You know, be it our diets, be it taking care of our bodies, our spirituality, because we have to understand that we need to be aware and take care of the whole man. You know, again, not just the spiritual part. We don't want to be warped and unbalanced human beings. We want to be well-rounded all the way around, is what I'm trying to say. The first word that hit my spirit this morning was clickbait. And if you're familiar, and I'm sure you are because you're on my YouTube channel and the social media realm, if you will, there is a terminology called clickbait. Clickbait is not nothing that I've really looked at really hard or thought about a lot or even researched, but it is one of those words where you can kind of tell it is what it is. Clickbait to me basically means that there are a lot of people who do videos on YouTube channels or either on other social media platforms, and they oftentimes will use what is the word? They use, I didn't want to say conniving. They use a lot of time titles or different things to make you click it, and a lot of time once you click it, you'll find out that it's not really what they said. So it is called clickbait. Is the best way. So yeah, I'll leave it like that. So clickbait is basically, again, when there are, and some are legitimate, but for the most part, you have a lot of people, again, you'll find that if you do surf the web a lot and you're on YouTube channels a lot, that again, people will use clickbait. So they'll use titles, again, sometimes that have nothing to do with what's being said or done, just to get you to click on it. I've noticed, I don't know what the number is, whether it's 50,000, 100,000 or whatever, but on especially YouTube channels, I think, and I know once people hit 1 million views, those videos really begin to circulate the internet. So I may see something while I'm at home, and then the next day I might be, you know, in Charlotte or Fayetteville or in another state, and the same video that I saw the day prior that basically just popped up on my list because of so many views is in circulation. So a lot of time you end up having to deal with clickbait. But anyway, like I said, there's nothing that I've researched a lot or thought a lot about. But again, clickbait is something bait. We understand bait. When I think of bait, I think of fishing, and people who fish use bait, and they throw the bait into the water on a pole, and the bait is designed to lure fish into biting the bait, and then you're captured. Oh, that's good there. Now, I wish I had time to think about this and really work this. This is pretty good. So again, you throw the bait into the water on a pole in efforts to secure a catch. And in life, in life, there are many things that the enemy has designed and is using for clickbait. Again, and he knows our desires, not because he's so wise or so smart like that, or because he has so much power, but oftentimes he knows what we think and how we feel because we tell him. We put it out there into the atmosphere. We tell others, and therefore it is known. So he uses, again, a lot of clickbait. He knows what your fleshly desires are. He know what your motive is and certain things like that. So he often uses clickbait, again, because when he can bait you, then he can capture you, he can get control of you. So again, that word that came to me this morning was clickbait, but let me hurry on to my point. The point is, because again, when I do these videos, I don't really have time. This stuff is fresh off the press. So I'm basically walked out my door and I'll come on YouTube and try to make sense of it. That's why sometimes it may not make sense to you, because it really ain't making sense to me, because again, it's fresh. So again, the word clickbait came to my mind. And see, I will say this, that a lot of time when you do post like I do and like certain folk do, I often say, especially preachers or people who try to be positive, when you say things like keep your head up, it's gonna be all right, you can make it, and that type of, a lot of stuff like that is not necessarily clickbait. You know what I mean? Clickbait is the type of stuff like, 5 dead, or, twerk off, you know it, if you're in social media realms, just certain things that just pique interest, or it does something in the minds and psyche of people to make them wanna. But and again, the way that I wanna think about it this morning is, even again, as I got up and I said I feel good, and again, knowing that my desire is not just to feel good, but to be good. Clickbait is this to me, is that in life in general, we understand that there are many lessons that go on in life, many lessons that are either learned or ignored every day of our lives. And many times, even though we've been privy to see or be around the same lesson over and over and over again, we still miss it, and we don't comprehend that this is a necessary lesson in my life. And especially at this point in my life, it is so imperative that I get this lesson. So in other words, it is really intended to be clickbait. And for us, we understand in this sense, or in this set, or whatever, in my mind, there have been a lot of things in my life that didn't click in the moment. Again, even though I saw it, even though, I thought I understood it, I thought I knew the importance of getting this, I didn't. And then maybe some years or some months or however long later, it finally clicked in my mind. So I say to you this morning, there's a lot of clickbait out there for you. A lot of clickbait, but I'll say this to you, amen, you can't bite on, you can't go after, you can't click on everything that seems interesting, everything that seems productive. You've been around long enough. There are some things, again, that you understand that, by now you understand that ain't necessary. Again, your interest is piqued. You're just so inquisitive, all that type of stuff. But there are some things in life now that I can't let this lesson pass by anymore. I can't let the opportunity go over my head anymore, because it's done clicked in my mind. So now I've got to click literally on it and pursue it. Because the clickbait, again, and again, back to that fish, when that fish sees the bait in the water, the bait, sometimes it may just come up to him and all type of stuff, but usually it is dangled. It is dangled, and it is a luring thing. It is something, again, that lures. A lot of time, opportunities, certain things don't just show up and knock on your door. But they are only obtained because of pursuit. So you got to make sure that you're clicking on the right stuff. You know what I mean? You got to make sure that you're clicking. I hate to say clicking with people because I don't like to click, but there are some people, again, that you need to link up with. Again, and I've said this before, and I'm trying to understand, even in my life, there are some folk, you are upset. People now who watch this video today, sometimes you'll get upset because you weren't invited. Because you're not asked to speak or to stand up or to be the representative of certain things. And all that is clickbait. That is something that wants you to click in your mind, because if you can click on the wrong clickbait, you will have the wrong motives. You'll have the wrong attitude. I say this to you this morning. Ecclesiastes 3:1 says that everything, there is a season and time for every purpose under the heavens. So if they don't call you, if they don't invite you, take that time. Take that clickbait, that time to get yourself together, get your thoughts together, get your paperwork together, get your lessons together, that when your time comes and the timing is right and the bait is set before you and you've clicked on it, when you show up, you'll be prepared to represent well. So again, the wrong clickbait and stuff like that, stay away from it. Stay away from it. Again, there are some things that folk are trying to lure you into that is not right. You're not ready for it. So you ought to be thanking God, in your life sometime, that even though I wanted to click on this bait, he didn't allow me. Because sometime he will cover you and he will protect you from doing that. So again, there's clickbait in life every day. And as I'm closing, the clickbait, again, to me, is in my mind. The obstacles, again, the lessons in life and the things that I need to get. Sometimes the clickbait in your life is to always have an opinion, to always speak, to always say something when it is not necessary. Again, the enemy always wants you to bite after things and to chase after things. Again, a lot of times it'll end up being more harmful than good. Listen, y'all, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all this morning. I wanted to talk, even if it seemed like I rambled. I wanted to talk to you this morning because it seemed like we hadn't been able to talk in a while. And like I said, just wanted to throw some ideas out there about clickbait and allow the Lord throughout this day to minister to you about maybe some of the theories you have, or some of the ideas, or some of the things that you're chasing that you need to stop chasing. Different clickbait, and this thing is kind of broad as well. We can go on and to pursuing people and being lured by bait and certain things like that. Again, what's going to be productive in your life and what you need to move forward. Anyway, love you all. Today we say God bless you, and you have a wonderful Tuesday.